So what's going on, guys? Riotbox here, and welcome back to some more of the MotoGP 20 career mode, and it's coming to a close. We've got 3 rounds to go. If we have a look, got Phillip Island and Sepang today, and then next time out in the season finale we'll be heading out to Valencia, where hopefully we can re-secure the championship, and doing it with Suzuki as well. So that would be great. That would be fantastic if we can. And it will be defending our championship, because of course last season we did manage to take the championship, but unfortunately we lost the lead in the championship last time out, and Franco Morbidelli has overtaken us, and he has a 1-point lead. Rins then has a 8-point deficit to climb, and then Mir seems to have dropped right off now, 28 points off. Going to be a bit tough for him now, but you never know. He's still in it technically, but it looks a lot closer between us, Rins and Morbidelli. So as if it wasn't going to be tough enough as it was for us in the championship fight, we've now got full wet conditions out here at Australia in Q1, and we're a little bit off the pace with about 6 minutes to go. So I'm going to do this lap, and then we're probably going to come in for another stint to try and battle our way up. So struggling a lot towards the end of that lap. We probably lost a little bit of time, but P2. That looks like a decent time, just 300ths off. Let's return to the pit and watch the session times. They might tumble, but the rear tyre, it's going to be a wet race. The rear tyre, it had pretty much had it around that, after that second lap on the left hand side. It had it. I couldn't put the power down, so that's going to be a medium in the race. Soft front, medium rear is what I'm thinking for the race, but I don't want to have to go out again, because I want to save our tyres, but we can't afford to get left behind. So if we just keep an eye on things, I mean, I'm not going to get a chance to go out now. We won't make it round in time, so we've pretty much committed. Let's just keep an eye on things. Still P2. Looks like we're going to be P2 just about through. Brilliant stuff. I'll take that. Just behind Oliveira on the KTM. So look at the times then, 31 flat from Morbidelli on pole, then it's Rins and Mir just under a 10th off of him. But Oliveira up there again, P4, making it through from Q1. 31.3 something our time was, so that would put us about 7th or 8th, sort of the 3rd, 4th row sort of area. So let's see how we go. 2-lap stint at the end with the last 5 minutes to go. Let's see how we get on. Cross the line then, first lap, 31.4. Yeah, we've pretty much matched our Q1 time there, and it's only good enough for P11, 4th row. Gonna have to be careful with this one. Down in sector 1, this could be a worrying start to the Australian Grand Prix, and oh, a bit deep on the brakes. Come on, bring it round, just about avoid going off the circuit. Let's see what this second sector split is going to be like, but it feels like the weather is getting worse a little bit out wide there, struggling to find the grip. 3/10 off again still. I mean, we could gain in the last sector if we find some time. Oh, we found some time through sector 3, a little bit deep. I've put traction control up to 3 just to help us, but I struggle around these final 2 corners. Come on. Traction control to 3 might do the trick. Blast for the line then. I don't know, is it going to be enough? 30.9, it's pole position out of nowhere. I will take that. So a pole position out of nowhere. I didn't expect that. Now I need to decide on the rear tyre. I was running traction control mode 2, and that was in Q1, and I thought, you know what, I'm going to need the medium tyre because of that. But then at the end of Q2, for that last lap, the second half of the lap, I put it into traction control mode 3, and it really helped out the rear tyre. But there's a lot of left-handers. The left-hand side of the tyre took an absolute beating in qualifying. I mean, if we go look at the quali tyre, this one here is the Q1 rear tyre, and then this one here is the Q2 rear tyre. And you can still see they're at the same amount of wear. So yeah, it's going to be a medium rear tyre. Soft front, medium rear. Let's go racing here at Phillip Island from pole position. Right then, lights are about to go out. I'm going to go traction control mode 2 for the launch. Let's see how we get on. Got Morbidelli up our inside. I'm going to leave it in traction control mode 2 for a little bit. Get some heat into this medium rear, but Morbidelli up the inside. We're trying to hold it around the outside, but not quite able to. Don't want to back into the rear end of Morbidelli there. Rins is underneath of us. Mir was trying it around the outside. We sneak on underneath of Rins again, but Mir on the outside. He's found better traction, and I don't know what he's doing there. Why does he sit up and have a look there? God knows why. But Paul Espargaro on the KTM, he's bombing it in, and I've run it so deep, and I've lost a few positions there. But this isn't good. Morbidelli already has a 1-point lead championship, and if he beats us, he could extend that even further. But Mir's going after it. Mir knows he needs to react. Mir knows he needs to get the win here today, to get him back in good shape to try and win the championship, really. But Paul Espargaro, bit of a dark horse out of nowhere, mixing things up at the front. He's in P3 right now. Question is, does he have the pace to go even further? But once again, it's Morbidelli that leads, and I'm going to go traction control mode 3 now. It's time. I think we need it, to be honest. Just keep the rear a bit more stable, but we struggle out the corners now because of that. Quartararo, Alex Marquez closing in. We've got power mode 2 again. Lots of slipstream. Good bit of top end speed. A little bit of contact there with Paul. Not ideal. Hopefully traction control mode 3 works out for us. Should do in these wet conditions. Yeah, nice and stable there. Alex Marquez behind. But Paul Espargaro seems to have lost a little bit of time to Mir. And here we go. Use the extra grip from the Suzuki. And we run it deep again. Horribly, horribly deep. Lose more positions. Made the same mistake. I'm just pushing it too hard, and I don't have the confidence just to pinch the front brake without it folding. So here we go, underneath a Quartararo. A couple mistakes costing us, the pressure getting to us. We've easily lost a second over those last 2 laps from mistakes. We've got to fight back up the grid again. See if we can get underneath of Alex. Let's go. Oh, I can't find a way around the top of Lukey Heights. Blasting for the line then to end lap number 2. 31.7 from Morbidelli. He's about a second quicker than us as well, which is pretty concerning. And I've run it deep, trying to get as late as I can on the brakes. We're through on Alex Marquez. We can't afford to make another mistake at this next sector like we have every single lap so far in this race. And I'm so glad I went for a medium rear, because look at that rear tyre already. It is taking a beating. So, damage limitation in terms of points to Morbidelli here. But Mir's pretty close. Mir could actually work out for us here. If Mir gets ahead and Morbidelli finishes second, if I can get pole and get third, that is very much damage limitation complete here. Phillip Island, I love the circuit, but I don't always have the pace compared to the AI, especially again in the wet weather conditions. We do tend to struggle a little bit there in the wet conditions. Let's see if we can get pole. Where is he quicker than us? 7 tenths is the gap. We need to close that right down. We can start using some more power mode 2, hopefully. Now Cal Crutchlow wants to join the party. Fantastic. A really good wet weather rider as well, so he's going to be on a mission. Look at that rear tyre, it is bright red on the left hand side. 31.5 from Mir. A second quicker than us still. I've improved slightly on that lap. We've managed to climb up to the back of Paul Espargaro's exhaust now. We've managed to hook together a bit better of a lap this time around. Finally on lap number 4. 4th time's the charm. But getting side by side with the Spaniard, who of course is going to the Repsol Honda team next year, alongside Marc Marquez, and a little bit of contact there. Here we go, let's see if we can get underneath of him. Yes, come on, the Suzuki turns so well mid-corner. I was saying it in a previous video. This Suzuki, you can change your line mid-corner. Other bikes, you can't do that. Like the Ducati. The Ducati, once you're on your line, you're on your line. You can't switch line mid-corner. But this Suzuki, it just turns. It's so incredible. I don't know what lap time that was then, but it felt a bit quicker. But again, Crutchlow's still behind us, and he could ruin our chances of a podium. Let's keep an eye on the fight up front. Mir still with Morbidelli. And there we go, Crutchlow getting through. Ooh, a little bit tight there as he made contact. But Crutchlow there, he's going to be making it very tough for us. Okay, then I am really struggling with the rear tyre, as you can see, getting around that final corner. Morbidelli, 31.1. I am holding Cal Crutchlow up, and he's tucked right in the slipstream, 32.4. I cannot break into the 31 lap times, and the guys ahead are well over a second a lap quicker. Oh, we've run it deep into turn 4 again. Crutchlow's through, but we managed to get him back on the exit. So, a little bit scary, and Rins has hit the deck. Where on earth is Rins? There he is in a crash with Fabio Quartararo. And that could cost Rins the championship. That is going to tip it into, wow, Mir's back on it this weekend. So Mir could potentially slither his way back into the championship. But it means it's very much us versus Morbidelli right now, with Rins going to be scoring probably no points unless he can get back on his bike. But I don't think he is, and our rear tyre has absolutely had it. One more corner to go, just hold the apex. Oh yes, just about, and now blast for the line. Morbidelli takes the win then from Mir, and then ourselves in P3. So this is going to mean an interesting championship fight. So then in the championship we are 10 points off of Morbidelli. He's pulled out more than I thought actually. I thought we'd only be about 6 or 7 points back, but I must have worked it out wrong in my head. But because of the crash, Rins and Mir are joint third with 33 points off. So yeah, this next race at Malaysia, usually we do pretty well at Malaysia. So if we can get the win and claw back the point deficit to Morbidelli, then we should be okay. And it's going to go down to the wire, and it'll be us versus Morbidelli, and Mir and Rins will have choked. So I've left it a little bit late in the day. We're coming out with less than a minute to go, so we need to blast it around the final corner. We've got one chance of this. And let's just see how we got on. We had loads of pace in the bag. We broke into the 59s, and at the minute I think Morbidelli is a 2-minute .3 or something like that. So hopefully use our Q1 pace and we'll break into the 59s and get pole position. Not at the brightest start to this lap, we're almost 4 tenths off. Okay, I think the pressure must have got to us because we're gonna not do too brilliantly. Whoa, third, wasn't too bad, but I lost a lot of time. I could have done a lot better. Broke into the 59s, the high 59s. I think it was a 59.9 or something like that in Q1. So lost about half a second in Q2. Don't know what happened. Just that first lap. The start of it wasn't very bright, but it's time to go and focus on the race. Medium front, medium rear tyre, full tank of fuel. And this race counts. We need to win. We need to beat Morbidelli. Interestingly enough, we've gone for the same tyre setup as Morbidelli. Unintentionally. Lots of hard tyres out there. But also Rins and Mir know they need to get the win here. But only one of them could potentially get the win, and it is Mir from pole. What can we do then for the Malaysian Grand Prix, penultimate round of the season? This could really tell the tale of the championship. Let's see how we get on then. Zarco trying to get in the mix as well, but we're through at the minute on Morbidelli, and I'm going to go right to the inside. Oh, Zarco coming across on us there. We managed to fend him off for now, give him plenty of space. Crutchlow's hit the deck. Alex Marquez is right behind us as well. Round turn 3. Just about sticking with Mir. But so far, so good in terms of trying to beat Morbidelli. Morbidelli's getting beaten up in the pack there. That could cost him. That could really cost him dear heading into Valencia. But Morbidelli's a strong rider. He's a resilient rider. He will get back into the position he needs to. But for now, we're just sat in behind Mir, our teammate. No need to stress or panic right now. Just got to watch out for Alex Marquez behind. But Morbidelli dropping back to near where Rins is. Whoa, Mir cutting across in front of us there. He's going to want to stay in front if he can. But right now, not push him. Always pretty confident round here at Malaysia as I run a little bit wide at turn 11. But got to watch out. Alex Marquez seems to be on a mission here. Got to watch out. And there's his front wheel. Could Alex Marquez throw a spanner in the works for the Suzuki team? Well, hopefully not. But Oliveira, is that Oliveira as well? I think it is. So far, Mir's pulling away. Struggled a little bit in that third sector. Brought it back a little bit in this fourth sector on Mir. Again, lots of battling going on behind. So much battling. Ending lap number 1 then just 4/10 off of Johan Mir. Closing right up in the braking zone. Very strong on the brakes, but also that slipstream, it's so powerful on this game. Get tucked in it and you can fly by, especially if you're late on the brakes. You can properly slingshot as you drop it down the gears on the brakes into those heavy braking zones. Anyway, I think Mir's got a hard front and rear tyring, so it'll be interesting to see how his tyres fare against our mediums. So far the mediums seem to be alright, but if anything we've got the advantage early on, and now Mir's hard tyres will start to take the advantage, I think. So it'll be interesting to see if he can pull away. He needs to stay in the championship fight, and with Morbidelli 10 points in the lead, if he struggles here, a win for Mir could bring him a little bit more into the championship. Bring him into play a little bit. For me, oh, round the outside on the brakes. A little bit deep there. I did not mean to go for that overtake, but Mir was weirdly... Whoa! Had to give him space there. He was weirdly weak on the brakes, but he does us round the outside. Morbidelli dropping back again. Right. This is making it... Oh! Alex Marquez almost getting through. Then he stood himself up. But he's right there. Zarco behind us as well. The third sector we seem to be particularly weak at. And here comes Zarco on the Ducati. I've got plenty of power mode 2 to be able to defend, but not going to use it just yet. And there you go, Zarco on the brakes. This is where we're going to use power mode 2. Get in this slipstream. See if we can use it to get back ahead. Right, we seem to have lost a little bit of time to Mir. See if we can refocus. This battling on lap number 2. It's unsettled us a little bit. Alex Rins has hit the deck. Look at him go back there. Jesus. That is Rins' championship over. Ooh, almost messed mine up there. But I was using some power mode 2 over that lap at the start of the lap. I've been using it since we crossed the line pretty much. And I'm trying to close down Mir. But that is costly. That is Rins' championship over. Seeing him go flying back there. That was crazy. But for now, Mir's doing well. He's holding on to first place for now. 1.3 seconds is the gap. I've got a bit of fuel to use up, but not much left in reserve really, so I'm going to have to be quite sparing with power mode 2. I'm going to use it down some of these straights. We need to try and close it down. I want to take the win here. I want to get as many points as possible. I don't want to have to worry about Mir as well as Morbidelli out of Valencia. It's bad enough when there's 2 of you going for the championship. But we just about pip Mir to fastest lap there. Bit unstable on the brakes into turn number 1. But we are on front runner pace and we can go quicker. Power mode 2 helped us out on that lap. Let's see if we can close down Mir then and potentially get an overtake on the final lap. But for now, we're pulling away. Look at that. They're all battling behind them. We're able to just pull away from Zarco. Zarco was on the back of us at one point. And then they all started fighting. I mean, Alex Marquez is there. I think there's a Pramac there. So for now, we just need to focus on what's ahead of us right now. And that is Mir. And we can potentially get him out of the championship if we get the win off him. So here we go then, crossing the line to start the final lap of the race. 2:01.1, another fast lap of the race, but Mir is still just over a second ahead unless I can pull something out the bag on this final lap. You can tell we're pushing, running a little bit deep into turn number 1 there. But unless I can find, well, I have to find a second on Mir in this final lap. Let's see if we can do it. Got power mode 2 to go the whole way, so if anything, this is the lap to do something. 0.9 as we exit the first sector. A little bit too far back, I think, to be able to do anything realistic. Well, that was good into turn 4. Not on the exit, though. Oh, that's cost us on the exit. Fast in, slow out. But I think we've gained time overall through there, so that's pretty good. Through the S's, this has to be the best lap of our career on MotoGP 20. Let's see if we can put it in. Just to give us that little bit more of a safety net. I don't need to push. Oh, if it was real life, you wouldn't be pushing this hard. But gonna go for it. Oh my god. Come on, get on the bike. Absolute scenes here in Malaysia. What on earth happened to our Suzuki there? It just blew up, and now Vinales is beating me up. Oh no, there's Morbidelli as well. A few places. Oh my god, the curves. Oh my god, absolute scenes here. What on earth? We were pretty much setting ourselves up to bank the championship. I was very, very confident, but it's not meant to be. And now Morbidelli's going to pull even more points back on us. I cannot believe what has just happened here. We just slightly went off the curbs as we were setting ourselves up. Oh, sorry Vinales. But now, Mir takes the win. And we're 3 positions back, which means what? Morbidelli's going to have what? Maybe a 15-point lead on us, something crazy like that. So I've never seen a championship tilt so much in the space of a split second. We're just wide there, which set us up wide here. Back on the power though, and I don't even know what happened to the bike there. Not even a clue what happened, but it just took forever and a day to get back on the bike. And as you can see, Morbidelli's through. Morbidelli must be like, oh my god, I'm back in a chance of winning it again. And you see all our winglets exploding. And even there, the curbs are a bit unstable. And Vinales, that was brutal at the end. Vinales wrestled his way through. But I cannot believe what just happened. That's the biggest crash I've seen on this game. So let's take a look at the championship. I'm not looking forward to this. 13 points to beat and win this championship. Mir is in it with 19 points to close up. But this is Morbidelli's chance. This sets up such a crazy season finale. You cannot write the script. But 13 points to gain. So if I win, Morbidelli needs to finish. I think if we win, Morbidelli needs to finish 5th for us to take the championship. That is what we are up against heading into Valencia. I need to win the race. I need to get pole, get the win, and just bring it home and hope that Morbidelli gets himself into a bit of trouble in the race. That's all I can hope for. I mean, there's plenty of quick riders out there, so it's going to be an interesting one. It's all in the hands of the racing gods. I know what I've got to do, and that is that. But there we go. I hope you guys did enjoy this episode. What a crazy end to almost the finale of Season 9 of MotoGP Career Mode. But for now, I hope you have a wonderful rest of your day, and I will catch you in the next one.